Good day everyone, I am Jeneline Oka Erlang from Section N1 and I will be your discussant for today's video. I will be discussing about evidence-centered design in language testing. So what is evidence-centered design? Let us first define it. According to the authors, ECD is a conceptual framework for designing and delivering assessment. So ECD is a framework for designing assessment, ensuring that the scores reflect what they claim to measure. It's not just about making tests, but about making sure that they're meaningful and reliable. Meaning that every test item, scoring system, and interpretation is backed up by evidence. ECD is also flexible and can be used for many types of tests, not just for language testing. It also avoids using simple checklists and instead, it focuses on ensuring that every part of the test matches its purpose. The goal of ECD is to create a blueprint that guarantees each test item measures the specific ability it's meant to assess. Now let's proceed to the next slide, the argument-based validity. The authors explain that ECD is often used together with another approach called argument-based validity or argument-based validation. This approach involves building a logical case linking test evidence to claim about a test taker's ability or a student's ability. This means that the test designers create test or task and then argue with evidence that the results are accurate and useful. Now let us break down the steps of how argument-based validity works. First is the claim, what you are asserting or what the teacher is asserting. For example, if the teacher says or claims that the student can write in a B2 level, the teacher then have to back it up with evidence that can support that claim. And then after the evidence is being gathered, interpretation came. This part, we have to connect the evidence to the claim. For example, if an essay of a student is used to claim that it is in a B2 level writing skill, the argument must show the aspect such as the structure of the student, the sentence structure, the grammar, and the vocabulary meet those criteria. So question would be is how ECD and argument-based validity intersect or how can they work together? So ECD provides the roadmap for designing tasks that could elicit specific evidence, while the argument-based approach is the foundation that would justify why that evidence supports the intended claim. Like for example, for a reading test, ECD would help a test maker or teacher design passages and questions, while the argument-based approach would explain how the responses demonstrate comprehension skills. Now let's proceed to the key components of ECD. We have the domain analysis, domain modeling, conceptual assessment framework, assessment implementation, and assessment delivery. So in the domain analysis, you have to identify the target skills or knowledge domain. For example, if it is reading comprehension or writing fluency. In the domain modeling, you have to break down each skill into smaller measurable parts. Like for example, in reading comprehension, you might include understanding the main idea, inferring meaning from context, and identifying supporting details. And then third, we have the conceptual assessment framework. In this domain or in this component, you have to clearly state what you are claiming about the test takers, what evidence you need to support that claim, and the task that will provide that evidence. Then we have the assessment implementation. In these components, the teacher would have to develop the actual test items, like for example questions or tasks, and create scoring guidelines or rubrics. And then lastly, we have the assessment delivery. In this component, You have to administer the test to your student, or the teacher have to do it, and have to analyze their responses to see if they match the expected evidence for your claims. Each steps of these components builds on the previous one to ensure that your test is coherent and truly measure what you intended it to. For instance, if you're designing a listening test, you start by identifying the key skills, which is the domain analysis. Then they tell what those skills could look like, would be the domain modeling. Next, you have to define your goal and what evidences is needed, which is the conceptual assessment framework. Then you have to create the actual test items, which is the assessment implementation. And then finally, the assessment delivery, which you have to deliver the test and review the results. This time, let us discuss the benefits of using ECD in language testing. First, we have clarity. Clarity because it explicitly links the task and the language abilities being measured in a student or a test taker. It creates a clear connection between each test item and the language skill it measures. And then we have consistency. It is consistent because it is a systematic approach that helps avoid mismatches between test task and the goal of the test. And then we have transparency because in ECD there is a detailed documentation about the testing process, and it also supports the validity of the argument, making or building trust in the testing process. And then we have adaptability. It is adaptable because ECD can be used in a large scale standardized test, or even in a classroom-based assessment. These benefits lead to a more reliable test and clearer interpretation of a test taker's abilities. Also, using ECD in test design brings several important benefits that lead more to reliable test scores and clearer interpretation of what student really knows or can do. Because every test item is intentionally designed to measure a specific language skill. The results you get from this test are more likely to reflect the actual abilities of the students or the test takers. This clarity means that the scores are not just random numbers but solid evidence of a student's performance. Also, using ECD in test design brings several important benefits that lead more to reliable test scores and clearer interpretation of what student really knows or can do. Because every test item is intentionally designed to measure a specific language skill. The results you get from this test are more likely to reflect the actual abilities of the students or the test takers. This clarity means that the scores are not just random numbers but solid evidence of a student's performance. Moreover, let us discuss the practical implementation of ECD and how different groups benefit from this. For test developers, with ECD, test developers must clearly state their design assumption and choices. This documentation means that if someone ever questions the validity of the test they make, developers can show exactly how the items ties back to the skill it is intended to assess. This results in a more defensible test overall. For the teacher also, teacher benefits because ECD creates a direct alignment between what is taught in the classroom and what is assessed on a test. When every test question has a specific purpose, teacher can more easily see which parts of their instruction are working and which areas need more attention. With this leads to a more effective and targeted feedback for students, and also for the stakeholders, policymakers, and administrators. For those people making decision based on the test result, ECD offers a well-documented rationale behind every score. This documentation builds trust in the assessment process, enabling administrators and policymakers to confidently use the test result for important decisions such as resource allocation, curriculum adjustment, or policy changes. In summary, by ensuring that every test item is purposefully linked to specific skill, ECD leads to assessment that produces scores and provide clear evidence of students' abilities. This benefits everyone involved, from the test developers who design the assessment to the teacher who use the results to improve learning, and the stakeholders who rely on these results for making informed decisions. In conclusion, combining ECD plus argument-based validity produces strong, transparent framework for language test design. By grounding every step of test development in evidence, we build a more reliable, valid, and fair assessment. Every test item should have a purpose, directly linking back to the claims being made about language ability of a student or a test taker. It would be all for this discussion. Thank you for watching.